You were taught that if you work hard, stay agreeable, and never make waves, you'll be rewarded. That's not how it works. Not in your office, not in your industry, not anywhere status and resources are limited. Here's the pattern almost nobody names out loud. The people who move up fastest are rarely the most liked. They're the ones who are respected. And respect isn't built by being agreeable, it's built by being predictable in your standards and unpredictable in your compliance. Think about the last time someone said yes to everything. A colleague who never pushed back, never said, "That timeline doesn't work," never disagreed in a meeting. What did the room actually think of them? Not reliable, usually replaceable. Niceness, in its unfiltered form, is read by other people's nervous systems as information. It tells them, this person will absorb cost so I don't have to. That's not a moral failing on their part. It's how status hierarchies have worked in every group of primates for a very long time, humans included. The kind, over-accommodating person isn't disliked. They're just quietly priced at zero. This isn't an argument for cruelty. It's an argument for accuracy. Most nice behavior at work isn't kindness. It's fear wearing a friendly mask. Fear of conflict, fear of being disliked, fear of asking for what you're owed. And fear-based niceness is the single easiest thing for other people to exploit because they don't even have to try. You do it to yourself. Here's the mechanism underneath it. First, the approval loop. Every time you soften a boundary to avoid someone's disappointment, you get a tiny hit of relief. The tension of the moment drops. Your brain logs that as a win. So you do it again and again. Over months, this becomes a default setting. Comfort now, cost later. Except the cost compounds. Every unpaid favor, every absorbed extra task, every swallowed disagreement becomes an expectation. Expectations that go unchallenged become entitlements. And once someone feels entitled to your compliance, withdrawing it, even once, reads to them as betrayal, not boundary setting. Second, the visibility problem. People who are conflict avoidant tend to do their best work invisibly. They take on the unglamorous tasks nobody wants, precisely because saying no feels riskier than saying yes. But invisible labor doesn't get promoted. Rooms remember who spoke, who pushed back, who was in the room when the decision got made, not who quietly fixed things afterward. Third, the self-erasure spiral. The more you optimize your behavior around not upsetting anyone, the less information you're giving people about who you actually are and what you actually want. And here's the paradox in that vagueness doesn't make people more comfortable around you. It makes you harder to trust, because nobody can predict what you actually need. Trust is built on legibility, not agreeableness. None of this means the people exploiting the pattern are cartoonishly evil. Most of them aren't even doing it consciously. They're just responding accurately to the signal you're sending. Step 1. Make your no cheap to say and expensive to ignore. Don't save up boundaries for a dramatic confrontation. State them early, plainly, and without over-explaining. "I can take that on next week, not today," is a full sentence. No apology tour required. The first few times will feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is the cost of becoming legible instead of exploitable. Step 2. Let your value be demonstrated, not narrated. Stop trying to earn goodwill by being endlessly available. Instead, become the person whose work or judgment people specifically need. Availability is replaceable. Expertise and consistent judgment are not. Autonomy comes from being difficult to substitute, not from being difficult to work with. Step 3. Trade generosity for reciprocity deliberately. Every time you extend effort, notice whether it's met with matching effort. If it consistently isn't, that's not a relationship to nurture. It's a leak to close. This isn't about tracking iOS pettily. It's about refusing to be the only person in the exchange who's paying. Do these 3 consistently, and something shifts. You stop being the default option people lean on because you'll never object, and you start being the option people have to earn access to. That's the actual definition of leverage. Being nice was never the problem. Being nice instead of being clear was. The people who protect their time, their name, and their leverage aren't the loudest or the coldest in the room. They're the ones whose yes means something because their no was always on the table. You don't need to become someone else. You need to stop hiding the boundaries you already have. If this gave you a different lens on how power actually moves through a room, subscribe. Next time, we go deeper into the games people don't know they're playing.